fire for his stance on actors wearing a dress. Then he brought up Robin Williams being nominated for an Oscar for Mrs. Doubtfire, and no other culture, nobody his own culture didn't criticize him for putting on a dress the way black people criticize black males for putting on a dress. I think he brought up Dustin Hoffman for Tootsie. I think he might have won an Oscar or something like that, he mentioned. But check out the music entertainment playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and to me, each his own. Do what you want to do. I was talking to Lion Killer. You can check his channel out, Lion Killer Podcast. He was saying he don't mind comedians putting on a dress because it's comedy. To me, man, I don't tell black men and black women what to do. I'm big on that. Y'all be trying to tell the masses what to do. Y'all be telling the women what they need to do. They need to be submissive. They need to do this. They need to do that. Like I say, even the woman I'm with, bro, I don't tell them what to do. Even people that's around me, I don't have no kids, so I don't tell nobody what to do. I say maybe if I was me, I would suggest that you do this, that, and the third. And a lot of times, that's if you ask my opinion. And if you don't ask my opinion, I really just don't care. Because you can't save the black community. Most of these dudes that get on will put on a dress. The very same people that's criticizing Marlon Wayans for putting on a dress, most of these dudes will put on a dress. Most of these women that's criticizing other women for sleeping to the way to the top in Hollywood or whatever their profession is, they would do it too. Okay? My thing is this: if you don't want to put on a dress, and you put on a dress just for success, then hey, then I think it becomes a problem. But in my humble opinion, just in my opinion, okay, honestly, I wouldn't not want to put on a dress. Martin Lawrence has put one on for Big Mama. Brandon T. Jackson, said he didn't like to do it. He wished he didn't do it. And it seemed like when it come to black people, they make you put on a dress as a rite of passage or as some form of control. It's deemed as like we controlling you. It's kind of on that same level or the equivalent of them Terry Cruzing you to get in the industry, as being part of Backdooria, as Corey Holcomb would say. And if that's what it represents, for them to have certain control to butt break you, in other terms, to wear the dress on, hey, guess what? I don't care. If that's what you got to do to get on to feed your family, and you can deal with the ridicule, or you can deal with the backlash, or you can stomach it to get on, so be it, bro. It's a lot of people that did a lot worse shit. There's a lot of people out here that killed to feed their family. There's a lot of people out here who, how can I say? It's a lot of people out here who rob people, who sold crack to people, their friends' mothers, to feed their family. So if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. As you get older, you start to understand the world and to have a certain amount of integrity with your maturity that should comes from being an adult. And you learn there's certain things I ain't doing for $1. So he says that, the black culture, Marlon Wayans, is the only culture that looks down on it. He said he made White Chicks, and that's a classic movie, and I agree. I mean, hey, man, that's what you want to do. I mean, I'm past passing judgment. I ain't gonna judge nobody. I just say, personally, at this point in my life, I'm not putting no dress on. I'm not putting no woman's clothes on to be funny. It's 1,000,001 different things I can wear other than wear a dress and some heels to be funny. To me, that's just not me. Now, the white culture look at it and say, ha ha, that's funny, cool. Some black culture look at it and they thought Big Mama House was funny. You know, they still thought, oh, obviously white chicks was hilarious. And if it's part of the art, and I believe him and Sean or one of the Wayans brothers or some of them wrote the movie, so obviously they willingly put on a dress. That was part of the script, so be it. You know? But if it's really deemed a sign of emasculation for a male to put on a dress in Hollywood, then no, I just, me personally, no. No. If that's what I gotta do to get blessed in, I mean that's a lot worse than somebody blessing your back door. Pause. But I can't get mad at somebody what somebody else ain't willing to do. Somebody else gonna step in and do it. I learned that young. I remember I had a job working at the NBC Suites before I went off to college to save some bread. 'Cause you gotta understand, then it was like, it was the right around there was the peak of the recession and the housing crashing market. So I had to get my bread up before I went to school. And I remember I had like a week left, or not even that week left, and they pissed me off, right? And the guy was gassing me up. He was older than me. I was just out of high school. Yeah, they should do this, do that, and you know, yeah, I quit if I was you, right? So I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I ain't got like a week left here, so I quit. That very same person that was gassing me up, and he stepped in and took the shift and made the money. You know what I'm saying? He stepped in and took the shift and made the money. So he knew what he was doing. So like I said before, you know, the very same people that's berating you for your decision and your choice, I mean, it's like going in front of a judge. A judge can't tell you what the hell, like when you ain't had nothing to eat and this your only way to eat and put food on your plate, you know, the judge can't tell you. That's one thing I don't like about judges and police. The majority of them, and prosecutors and lawyers and shit, they can't tell you what it feels like to be out here starving. They don't understand. And look here, I lived in the trenches for a long time. I lived in the ghetto for a long time. But we weren't poor. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I became an adult and seen, because I didn't really, like, most of my friends was in the same kind of, like, we was in the same bracket. Like, we was in the same, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until, like, I got to high school to see guys toting pistols and selling crack and shit. And that was, I mean, I done seen that coming from there. I ain't never had to do that shit. But when I got older and I seen how other families lived, and you just see a lot of people don't have a chance out here. So that's why I'm not so quick to pass judgment. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't, if I wrote a script, it was for me to put on a dress, hey, I don't think I would write that script, but hey, but he got a point. He's, you know, but it's all these rituals and it's all these things that black people cast judgment. You don't see white people on the internet arguing about a gender war. You don't see them out here, you know, getting mad at their actors for wearing a dress. And I think black people put too much emphasis on things that don't matter. And the very same movies that these guys put on the dress in, these dudes still spending money and spending their time watching the movies and females. So I'm on them, art, do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because the same black people will sit here and tear you down for making a decision, right? They'll tear you down, and then the next day they go tear somebody else down. The next day they go tear somebody else down. They forget and they forgive and all that. They let Miley Cyrus come in hip hop and stake a claim and let her go, come and please. They let all these people come, go, and please as they are in hip hop, and they forget, you know, these other people they forget, but they always want to be so hard on their own people. So I kind of, in a way, I agree with Marlon, to be honest. You know, black people be putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong stuff, bruh. If you want to put on a dress for comedy, it's an art. You know, you ever go see those Disney on Ice plays? I know they put it all together now as one. But when I was a kid, it was, you know, you go see Aladdin on Ice, you go see Beauty and the Beast on Ice. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, particular, and I learned that a lot of some of the male and female actors, the female actors was played by some males. Some male actors was played by some females. So it's a common thing, especially when you start talking about stage plays, when you start talking about Disney on Ice and stuff. So that's just the way the industry is. And this, what I'm saying, is probably going to rub people the wrong way, but that's the industry. You don't hear them talking about, oh, it's the emasculation of Robin Williams, or you don't hear them, oh, this the emasculation of Dustin Hoffman, or it's the emasculation of this, that, and the third. I mean, if y'all knew some of the other rituals that these guys had to go through to get to where they at, go listen to that Ali Vegas interview he did. Dead ass serious, man. He did, about what his cousin Tyson Bedford and people in Hollywood allegedly tried to get his cousin to do before he signed his major deal to be a model and be on NCIS or whatever it was. Look up the Ali Vegas interview. So if it's put on a dress or get your back door blessed in, I mean, hey, or walk away from millions. How many people are going to walk away from millions that have integrity at 18, 19, 20 years old and they want something? But guess what? Once they got that certain amount of control to put you in the dress or bless your back door, or they got that amount of control over you, the minute you say no, you end up like Jonathan Major. So that's what that's what people don't understand. Once they're able to control you, this would be the point. Once they're able to control you, they own you. They own you. Once they're able to control you, they own you. So that's what you got to be willing to deal with. So, but yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notification, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole time. Peace.